Wait, you need to stop talking. Is
I'm
Mr. Griffin, are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin
executor of the
that is
estate
charged?
of
Stop a
Anthony
second here.
Griffin.
If you keep talking over me, we're gonna cancel
You've been
this.
talking over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me if something happens?
This has to be one of the most unbelievable sovereign citizen moments I've seen in a long time. This man completely lost control in court, non-stop talking over the judge, no matter how many times he was asked to stop. He went on wild rants about conspiracies and all the usual sovereign citizen arguments. At one point, he even insisted he wasn't black and claimed he was simply a living man. Honestly, it made no sense at all. What do you guys think? Do sovereign citizens really believe this stuff? Or are they just trying to stir up trouble in court? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's dive into this unbelievable court showdown between a sovereign citizen and a very patient, but clearly
In the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr., case number 25 CF 939. Could you get the appearances, please?
Assistant District Attorney Jack Schneider for the state of Wisconsin.
And you're Mr. Griffin, is that correct?
No, all statements for the record comes now the living man, Anthony of the Griffin family.
All right, so Mr. Griffin
appearing expressly.
Wait, you need to stop talking. Is
I'm
Mr. Griffin
appearing expressly.
hearing today? Are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin
executor of the
that is
estate
charged?
of
Stop a
Anthony.
second here.
You asked me a question, I'm answering it.
Okay, I don't want you to answer it anymore. I want a yes or no answer to a question, okay? And the question is, and I have to get the case back in front of me, I'm sorry, but bear with me. Lost my calendar. I have a simple question for you.
25 CF 939.
Are you Anthony Griffin with a date of birth of August 20th, 1985?
I am not the dead entity, Anthony Griffin. I am the executor of the estate. I do not agree to be.
All right, well, we'll have to set this over and hold you in custody then until we can have a later
I object,
hearing.
as I have been held for 72 hours without seeing the judge. That is unlawful.
But you're not Anthony
So
Griffin.
you are agreeing to violate my common law rights. Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you to, let's do this, okay. I'm gonna find probable cause that this is Mr. Griffin, that is acting in an obstructing way, but,
I object.
we'll go ahead
My
with it. Do you have a
justice.
copy of the complaint there in front of
I
you?
object that you're obstructing my justice.
Your objection is noted.
I'm a more, you have.
If you keep talking over me, we're gonna cancel
You've been
this.
talking over me. I just want to state the facts. Do you not want the facts to be stated on the case? Am I not allowed?
And you're not allowed, no, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Of attorney. I am not.
Okay, let's hold him in custody, or canceling this hearing, you're gonna have to be
That's
held.
okay.
You're not willing to cooperate. Make a
Let the record show that they're violating my rights.
Cooperate.
Let the record show that, please. Thank you.
Record will note that he refused to cooperate, so that.
really frustrated judge. So, this was his first appearance after spending 72 hours in jail. It seems like he refused to sign the paperwork needed just to have his hearing, which for those who don't know, is just an agreement to appear in court. If you refuse, you basically just stay in jail with nothing to do. Major credit to the judge, though he handled the situation quickly and professionally. While most judges might have let the man ramble on and waste time, this judge stayed sharp and didn't let things get out of hand. Much respect for how he managed it. Now let's jump into his second appearance, where somehow the situation got even crazier. This right here shows exactly why dealing with sovereign citizens is so difficult. Even when you treat
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr. That's 25 CF 939 appearances.
Mr. Reed Marco for the state.
To understand where the flight defender's office defers to Mr. Griffin has indicated that he wants to take care of his own case.
Right, is that right, Mr. Griffin?
No, I'm not Mr. Griffin. I'm Anthony of the Griffin. I have the power of attorney for him. I do have a question for the court. Will I be allowed to speak freely, or will my civil rights be again granted over?
Oh, you get to make a statement on bail, but we're going to do this in an orderly fashion. But you're indicating that you're not Mr. Griffin, or that's just not how you identify yourself.
It's not about me identifying myself. Griffin carries my all caps entity with the dead entity. I actually have an EIN for this created entity. This is not me. I also do not live this address. I'm also not a black man. I am a Lord. So a lot of things on here totally wrong, which not be at all. My weight is not 240 pounds. All this information is false. But as for the record, all statements for the record comes now from living man and the other different family. Sure, yours or your son status appearing expressly to continue the regular supporting. I'm not to be mistaken with the all caps state as I am the occupant of the executive office and also the sole beneficiary of the state. I filed my power of attorney with the court and I'm ready to proceed. Let the record show that I do not agree to be a surety for the debt entity as it was created from the state and was given to me and is not a representation of me. I am not one who owes a debt to the United States or to the state of Wisconsin. Further, I'm not a flight risk. The only reason I was supported was due to the failure of the court to notify me of said date. Furthermore, upon being detained, I made it very clear to Officer Gilson that I wanted my rights read to me. Officer Gilson first refused after we asked him twice to know if they read me my rights. After Officer Gilson read me my rights, I made it very clear to him that I wanted my attorney present with the sheriff. Officer Gilson then replied, "They won't come." I made it very clear to him that if he continued to talk to me without my attorney present and the sheriff present, it would be a violation of my civil rights and my constitutional rights. He ignored these facts and continued to be arrested in violation of my law and the rights and the protocol that he agreed to follow as an officer. I was pulled over while traveling in a private automobile. The plates read, DOT exempt, do not detain private travel. I made it very clear to him that he does not have jurisdiction, but yet he forced it. I was never properly identified as a suspect. My fingerprints were taken under direct arrest of origin after I told them I did not want my fingerprints or people taken until I have a court order from the judge. I do not argue with any of the facts in this charging incident. This is not me taking a plea. This is accepted for value and returned for value. All the charges entities in this case and use my exemption for discharge and set off and release the order to me immediately.
Okay. Well, I think there's at least a reasonable inference on the record that the person known as Anthony Griffin is the same individual in front of me. When they called Anthony Griffin's case, he came out of the holding cell. I don't know why he would do that if he's not. I gave you an opportunity to speak. I'm speaking now.
Let them respectfully and try to listen. They immediately argue back the moment you say anything. It's like having a conversation that's set to automatically disagree no matter what you say. At one point, he started rambling about his fingerprints and again claimed he wasn't black. At that point, it was hard to even keep track of what he was trying to argue. If someone told me he was actually auditioning for a comedy show, I might have believed it. Honestly, this whole thing felt more like a prank gone way too far. Confusion seems to come with the territory when it comes to sovereign citizens. He showed up in court acting like he was there for some kind of championship and making no sense. Honestly, I felt bad for the prosecutor. She stayed professional. But you could tell she was stuck in a situation no one would envy. Just sitting there through all of that nonsense.
You can object. There's no basis for it. I'm looking at the court records. Please don't interrupt. I'm looking at the jail records.
The Trust Act of 1666 says that when somebody claims their estate, you are to relinquish all of the things to them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
I've never
okay.
heard that ever.
That also means that this
You
is not.
can file your written motions,
Not
Mr. Griffin.
a court with jurisdiction, and I challenge jurisdiction under Federal Rule of Procedure 5.1.
It's denied. The booking photo and the Spillman records match this particular individual. I'll find probable cause.
Man can be Lord over his own case.
And where would you like us to send mail, sir?
You already have mail,
Okay,
53532,
thank you.
and I have a right to
And
be
what's the state's position on bail?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state is asking the court to impose $1,000 kind of bail with the condition that the defendant be prohibited from possessing any dangerous weapons as defined by the respective statutes. It's my understanding that the defendant posted $5,000 cash on his current pending felony case and then failed to appear in court. He is alleged to have refused to identify himself and has committed additional crimes while out on cash bail, which is, as we know, a general violation of conditions.
I object.
It's our position that
Well,
Let her finish. We can't have this hearing. We are talking over people. We're trying to record it. What's the basis for the
the
objection?
basis for the objection is the fact that she has no basis of knowing who I am. I don't know who she is.
All right.
She's not even.
The objection is overruled. I ruled it, Mr. Griffin. Let her finish.
As far as that failure to appear, Your Honor, it looks like a bench warrant for a body only hold was issued on January 27th of this year in pending case 24 CF 907. That warrant was not served until almost 3 months later on the 17th of April this year.
So Your Honor, they're sure not that when somebody has a court date that they have to be served a court date so they know that it's there? Or is it okay to actually set a court date without notifying the defendant or the accused and then locking them up for warrant?
All right, and I gather you're alleging that Judge Highland did not send notice to you?
No, there's no certified anything there. There's no documented proof of service of anything of that date. I went to every previous court date and I don't see a court date. He didn't show up for the last 3 court dates prior to that, and I actually put in a motion for failure to prosecute, yet they still moved forward as if nothing was placed in and no one came to court except for me and the prosecutor, and the judge was hiding in the back or whatever the case may be. I filed an abatement, just to let them know I'm not the person who they're looking for, but yet I keep getting trampled over in court. My rights keep trampled over in court. You have this person standing to the left of me who knows me not at all, and yet I would like her to take the stand and talk about how she knows me personally, because you cannot be a beneficiary.
Well, we're not going to be doing any of that,
As to
Mr.
say,
Griffin.
and she is
Deserves a medal, or at least a long vacation. After all that, he was escorted back to his cell. Before his arrest, he wasn't. Just casually repeating ideas he'd heard somewhere. He was fully committed. Fake plates, fake IDs. He had the full setup, clearly a firm believer in the sovereign citizen movement. Still, I think the judge handled everything incredibly well. He gave the man time to speak, like he's required to by law, but when it became clear there was no real legal argument happening, he calmly brought it to a close without letting things spiral. That's exactly how you deal with situations like this.
You mailed notice to the address that you had on file at the time.
so
But you're going to have to take that up with Judge Highland. That case is not before me. Looks like he's issued a body-only warrant. You can't get released on that until you have a hearing with Judge Highland in that case. I think given the history, $1,000 cash bail is necessary. I will set that.
I object. It's clear
And
that
that's
these
fine.
have been violated and you're still moving forward. This is called an
I
obstruction of justice.
don't
Let
see
the
that
record
your
show
rights have
that.
been
Know
violated.
everything that I've said.
It's all being recorded, Mr.
I'm
Griffin.
glad.
You would have the right to a preliminary hearing in 10 days. Do you want that scheduled?
But I don't want to sit in jail any longer.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to get a hearing in front of Judge Highland on the other case. Right now, you're not allowed to post any cash bail to get released in that particular case. I don't have any authority to do anything with that.
So if you don't have authority, that means
You're
you don't
gonna
have
have,
authority over
you're gonna
me.
have to address
I object.
that
If you don't
case
have
with him.
authority to actually set me a bail, you do not have authority over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me if something happens to me?
All right, and I'll also order that you not use or possess dangerous weapons as it's defined by the state
Are you
statute.
responsible for?
And because I haven't heard a response, I don't believe we have a waiver of time limits to set a time for
Are you
preliminary
responsible
hearing.
for me if something happens?
And we are adjourned. Mr.
Okay,
Griffin.
since you're not responsible for me if something happens to me, let the record show that you are not. You got crazy. Bad.
Stay professional. Let them talk just enough to reveal there's no valid argument, then move forward and not let them waste everyone's time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. How would you have handled this situation? And a big thank you to Colin for finding this wild video for us to cover today. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks so much for your support, and take care, everyone.